Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we've got another Japanese game that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. We're just going to get right into it. Alright, so first glances it does look like a puzzler, but we all know how that first glances definitely don't... Oh, it's a... Okay, what the... Wow, they just throw you right into it. And you don't get to pause. Like, your guy goes... Oh, you can turn into a... Okay, so you could turn into steel. You can grab the other things. You can grab these. But you can't touch... I don't know what our purpose is. This game is just you just go. No idea what what the purpose is. Oh, are we supposed to collect these guys? And then what? Okay, so we were doing good. We were collecting all these, and then I guess you used the... Okay, so it kind of seems like what we do here. We do that. I don't know. This is very... I grasp most of the concept of this game now. Wrong button, I guess. I thought that was the throw button, but I guess not. We're gonna try a couple more and see if we can figure this out. But it's it's crazy. It's really, there's nothing really bad about the game. I mean, if we had the directions and understood more of what was expected of us. The one thing with the game is we don't get to pause or stop. Our character just keeps moving regardless of anything. Okay, so that's how that's what we do. That's what I thought was the case. So we just keep going until we get a certain amount, like the 4 and 4, so do we need 4 of all the colors? I thought hitting, but apparently it doesn't fully work. Your steel, whatever. Okay, so we got 4 reds, or 4 greens. Alright. So we need blues and yellow, which we got yellow. Alright, he knocked our stuff off, but that's okay because we got... Looks like we got there. Looks like we needed 4 of everything, but now... Now what? Oh, there's a key? Ah. Okay. Fair enough. It's a very interesting game. It's a very basic game at its core. It's kind of like Pac-Man. I'm trying to think of what other game this kind of... Okay, so he's going that way. So he's taking... The controls are a little off. Like, he's a little harder to control than you would like him to be. For one, he's always in a state of movement. Like, you can't not move. But because of that, like, it's not always easy turning corners and stuff. Alright, so we need yellows, and we haven't seen yellows at all. Okay, there's the yellow. Oh, he got all of our yellows, dude. Okay, so we got the keys. Alright, so there's the key. Go in there. We got all the keys. So we did it. We finally got a level. Alright, so that's what we got to do. Is you go through, you get a certain amount of each color, and then once you get the colors, they produce a key, which then you have to go get in order to finish the level. So all in all, it's like I said, it's very basic at its core. Now we got 2 of these guys. Alright, so it's just going to get more and more difficult as it goes on, obviously. But we lost all of our stuff. We can get up in here. I think I get it, but I think it's a little, you know, just a one touch and you're dead kind of thing with as much going on is a little difficult. So you can actually keep going. Alright, so you can go all the way up to 9 guys. So 3, 5, 7. Why we're doing 3, 5, 7, 9? I don't know why it's not going up in increments of 1, but all in all, the game is very basic, like I said, at its core, but it gets very difficult very quickly. The main issue is your guy's always just walking, so like trying to get around corners and stuff is a little difficult at times. Because like you're already moving, so you got to really be on there. It's not like you get to stop and do things. I mean, we did have instructions there, which was kind of nice, but we already figured it out. We're already past that. But all in all, the game controls fairly well. Like I said, it is a little difficult as far as a little bit of the controls go because of the constant movement, but that's not a big deal. I think the biggest deal is the fact that, like, the way it works, you know, you do the iron and you block the guy, and sometimes he'll go bouncing off and sometimes he won't. I think there's some learning curve on that, but it doesn't always seem to work properly, apparently, because, like, I've died doing the steel thing a couple times or still getting hit. So, like, the getting hit and then starting all over again is a little obnoxious. It's a little difficult. I don't know why you can't just keep your progress and, you know, for your life instead of having to start completely over. But other than that, like, it is fun, it is silly, you know, it's not overly unique, but it is unique enough that it is, you know, its own entity with given different things. Like I said, it's kind of, I'm trying to think of what other game that this kind of adds with, like, a Pac-Man-esque, because I know there's a game that, like, you kind of pick up almost like Snake, Rattle, and Roll kind of thing with Pac-Man and some other stuff where, you know, you're adding all these guys that you're picking up and then you're trying to deliver them to the thing, kind of like Snake, Rattle, Roll in a kind of a Pac-Man setting. But there's another game I'm trying to think and I can't place it. So if you, any games that you guys kind of see that this kind of, it has a little bit of a place in it, drop it in your comments, let me know. But all in all, fun little game. I don't like the non-stop movement. There is the aspect of being able to throw the stuff, but I didn't really see where that came in handy because it didn't do a whole lot against the enemy, I guess, so to speak. But all in all, it's a fun, silly little game that I can see getting lost in and having a good time with. Just there's a steep learning curve. There's a few things that you got to figure out. The non-stop moving with trying to go around corners, it doesn't do great with that. But all in all, it's still no real downsides to any of that. It's just a fun, silly little game. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for joining. Until next time, you guys have a good one.